Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Age Bars 4 replay. So on our right side as the red Mongols, we have Liquid DeMu. On the left side as the magenta Roost, we have N Ampersand M. Let's go and switch out of caster mode here, and let's take a look at the Roost player's bounty. Currently we have 0. Of course, it's probably a good idea to go for extra fishing ships first, rather than trying to go for the additional scouts in order to gain points of bounty, as the fishing ship will provide a significant amount of the food income, which will reduce the need for the extra tiers. The food income will be decent. As I mentioned into a previous cast, it is probably a good idea to only go for 2 fishing ships per deep shore fish. That will provide an infinite amount of not necessarily infinite, but a very, very slow trickle down of the maximum supply, but it will give you a constant fish supply for basically the entire game. Just don't go for an economic tax. We do not have the Kremlin being employed on the field. Let's find some exotic doggos there. We got the Khan here, trying to disrupt these villagers. The villagers are currently glowing? Why are they glowing? I'm not sure why they're glowing. These, or is it the sheep? Other things will cause stuff to glow. So by the way, looks like I got 2 fish ships on this one over here. Well, just 1 fish ship over here. Good longboats. They do cost twice the amount and have 2 population. Do not require dock to drop off to gather food, and gathers faster than regular fishing boats, so probably a good idea to just go for 1 lord.agion then. Let's try to interrupt the deer collection. We've got only a handful of deer remaining. Deer over here has been claimed, and so is over here. Right now, the risk players only have 1 level tier. Does kill off another tier there. He'll likely have to go to the high trade house in order to get out a max out trade. Or even just get the tier 2. There's 4 on the map, so killing them off, each of them off will apply 75. He just needs to kill 1 to get to tier 2. To tier 3, he would definitely need a high trade house. We got 4 fishing boats here. We got access fishing boats here as well. In fact, it all reaches a single dock. Wow, he really pumped out the fishes, didn't he? He now has got his deer stones, which will provide him some decent collection rate. He could have gone for a market and put it over here in order to do some trade this way. I would. Of course, these players are not me. He does find a exotic doggo right there. He will get some damage onto it. 10 health. 6 health, and looks like the Roost player will claim it. The Khan, of course, just fire arrows everywhere. There's actually still good wolves on the field. Magenta has not really been hitting those wolves, has he? And the Khan does automatically shoot at wolves as he starts riding by them once it gets to H2 with the auto attack. Let's find that wolf there as well, and with that, and with all these other wolves in the region, he should be able to get up to tier 2 trade bounty. Both players, looks like we've got some force on the field. Let's switch out of the back into castle mode. We got 2 early knights on the field, a 3rd early knight on the field. Keshiks, I do have gotten reasonably good value from Keshiks versus knights. Just because you can produce them cheap enough and mass produce them, so you can be on somewhat equal ground versus the early knights. And generally, I just generally do a better job of mass production. Notice there is an outpost here, so there's more than 5 villagers. You will need to put another outpost there in order to keep a good safe spot there. And now we've got a fast castle for the Mongol player going for a stepward out. Let's get a good strike down the Khan. Got 2 early knights on field. Got a pair of Keshiks now being pulled out. Actually, a pair of Keshiks. 4 Keshiks on the field that will help engage the unequal footing the Roost player. Roost player is going just more early knights. We actually got a market here. He may be been a bit bad with his economy if he needs a market. Got single load on each of those fishing supplies there. Very nice. Now both players have reached castle wage. We got the high trade house here, giving some excellent gold generation. But again, I don't see the marker down here. Not sure what's preventing that from being seen. If we switch out, I may be able to see it. You have to go 101 trees, 115 gold per minute, so it's not exactly great. But he does have tier 2 bounty. Eventually, he has tier 3 bounty. Red, of course, has a slight civilian advantage, but I think it's probably because of ships. We do not have veteran Keshiks and regular knights, and this knight will be picked on off as well, which is great for Red. Picking off knights like that is very important. We got 3 Keshiks here and a scout. We also now have Pierce armor being researched as well as Boyar's Fortitude. Monster being pulled on out. And killing out these wolves, which would deny some bounty. We've got a significant number of Keshiks here, and these villagers no longer have a deer, or maybe the deer is too close. And will seem shots there. It does take out one of the civilians. Keshiks doing stuff this force here, and he does evacuate the region. There is now a Stepford out there, giving some extra gold generation, and a massive wave of militia not pulling field. He just may want to just back off out of there just to let them expire. This is a relatively small gold deposit. I remember the one game I had recently on this map. All the gold deposits, all except for one gold deposit spot on one side of the map. Of course, I heavily focus on that side. Even though I tend to go for trade caravans, even in maps like this, I still want to make sure to deny that gold income to my opponent. And it was successful, to say the least. Let's get some hits there on these early knights, or regular knights. Now he's going to engage the militia. Militia still have 20 seconds remaining. Got a good number of Keshiks engaging those forces, or chasing down those forces there. Those lose some of these Keshiks. And yeah, I think he's trying to A move into this force here, but he's getting caught up in the other A move. Does pick up, nope, does not pick up the knight there. The militia are about to go down. When the militia goes down, he needs to turn around and start engaging. A couple crossbowmen here can get overwhelmed. And there goes those militia. He needs to turn around. He's not paying attention enough to turn around and realize he had the upper advantage when the militia expired. Nope, don't go more than 2. You can see here the food is staying up nice and high. While over here, this deep water fish is now starting to have to start over generating. We got fortified palisade walls going on up. Well, we got 21 Keshiks, and now we do have a handful of archers along with the early knights, or regular knights. I think the going mass Keshik is generally a pretty good idea, even if there's some crossbowmen put on field. Not like you can really stop the crossbowmen. You just have to hit your opponents, break through your opponent's knights to get to them. You could deploy some regular horsemen to go on the mix there, or try focusing down a little bit. But picking up these knights like that, knights are expensive. The knights have been overran. Got a wave of militia here trying to hold back his opponent. Militia have plus 40 health. They must get health over ages. And now do have this. Oh, both players went for the relic. Can you convert your opponent monks? Either way, this relic has been claimed up by red. Got relic still down here. It looks like red has 1, magenta has one carrying. Red has one being carried as well. There's still a relic way up here, and that should be traversable land. Another house, and another house. And the problem with going houses in your wood line, it makes it so that it could eventually choke up your opponent, but also can make it so that it could trap your villagers. Good shots there by the crossbowman. The militia have expired, and now got +1 pierce damage being reached by the Mongol player. He may be eyeing for some Magnet Eye, or maybe some crossbowmen of his own. You got a line of archer ranks being employed on the field. I'm not sure what he's exactly going for. Red has claimed this relic, but he will need somebody to open the door for him. Or there it is, transport ship. Hopefully that's maybe traversable there if he makes sure he rallies the proper location. And one of the few times I would say a transport ship will be useful on a non-naval map. Because going for a relic like that can be very useful. And Mongol players, like myself, should go for relics more often. I don't really do it. Because once you get to Imperial Age, you get to, you of course, get the Tide Farm, which does is one way to improve your stone income. Because right now, likely his opponent will have to go for the White Stupa if he wants any additional stone, since he's not going for trade. Ovo is now being set ablaze. It just got built as well. Right now, Red has a small military. He is going for crossbow himself, so got similar composition for both sides. That's far too many Loidas. Unless this relic will be made his way back home. Military Academy being researched. Let's take a look at each player's technologies. We got +1 pierce armor, +2 hack armor, no damage, wheelbarrow, wood, and gold. And now second level 2 wood is now being researched. He may not have any farms in the field. Okay, now he's getting some farms, so now he needs to go for the farming research. Oh, I heard some spring gold shots there. We got a couple of spearmen in this mix as well. Very nice. Now we've got a line of pastures being pulled on out. This one has gotten for double stone chop wood and 1 of food. No gold with the separate out. You don't really know if you need to go for the gold options. Gold research. The spearman is still a little bit live here from Magenta. As 4 spearmen still alive. Make that 2 now. And overall, looks like Red will hold out, gain some great damage on these forces. Got more Magenta forces pushing forward, but they're being aid moved into the structures. Good damage there. And now we got the torches on the stable. So another crossbowmen here. Here, yeah, these two have been upgraded with spring golds. Crossbow now being start to be overran. Though he may take up this Keshik still. Nope, he will not take up the Keshik. Magenta's pushing forward with a wave of militia as well, trying to torch down this stable. He'll likely get the stable there. These 2 villagers were trying to repair it up. They failed. And now this Keshik will be overwhelmed by the militia. Got a handful of red archers now pulled on the field. We got another Ovo here. No research from the Ovo. We also now got some Magenta horsemen. Which again, he's probably one of those horsemen to overrun the crossbows, and now the archers as well. And looks like this warrior monk is trying to capture the sacred side. He will fail. Another line of pastures now being pulled on the field. Maganel now pulling the field, very nice. Now they've got the veteran horseman research. They transport a pretty sizable force of archers. He could go for the arrow research. Horseman now trying to charge on forward, trying to overwhelm that Maganel. It does go ahead and focus down this horseman first. He does not get the horseman there. The Maganel does go down and does use a reload arrow there. However, without the improved arrow duration, it basically gets one additional volley off quickly. This is one reason why I'm a big advocate for the arrow upgrades, because if you get the stone-based one, that's 12 seconds of those powerful buffs, and which you may not like. I don't need the reload arrow, but it's still incredibly helpful with the armor, because the armor arrow, the defense arrow, includes +2/+2 armor. It does both hack and pierce armor. You've got some springballs being floated field and better choppers. And believe it or not, even though it doesn't look like it, magenta and red are getting pretty close to each other. Springballs have been pulled on the front line now. He's concerned about more Maganels. There are no more additional Maganels on the field, but we do have one to build queue. And that means he also invests a stone on these improved siege engineers, which means he could pull out Maganels of his own and traction trebuchets. Pulling out forward traction trebuchets is a little bit unique when it comes to Mongols, or, well, it is of course a unique variation of trebuchet, but only the Mongols, granted they have to do it through advanced research, they can pull out the head trebuchets out. Maganel not pulling the field, getting some good damage on him. Got the reload arrow, which does not affect the Maganel. So I believe that siege weapon is still below. You know, they're not affected by it. Great volley down the crossbowman. Got good number of archers and crossbowmen still here, but right now, Magenta has a big light horse. Let's take out the siege weapons for Magenta. Got some crossbow on the high ground as well. High ground this game does not provide any additional damage benefits, but does improve your sight range, which actually is a good middle ground, making high ground a bit more valuable. Let's get some good spear braces here on these Keshiks. Militia being focused down as well as these spearmen. Got a couple knights now pulling here as well. He does have a good number of, no, he doesn't have a good number of crossbowmen, does he? Actually, the crossbowmen are more on the back side. And now we got the Sacred Site victory for Red. He actually used the transport ship there for the Shaman. Very, very nice. And now we do have pulling out some forward traction trebuchets as well as a forward Maganel. Very, very nice indeed. I've been getting more and more appreciation of siege engineers and really trying to go for that rather than trying to pull out some additional siege workshops. But siege workshops are very nice. And if we do see a siege workshop on the field, no, we do not. Recently as well, in a recent replay, I realized how powerful is improved faster construction time on transports such as the battering ram is when it comes to the battering ram research in the siege workshop. In actuality, in one game I had 2 men-at-arms. Skirt somehow was left alone, got stuck behind the opponent's base, and I had the improved research for reduced building time, and 2 men-at-arms were able to build battering rams incredibly quickly. So I was able to, as the big engagement kept on going on the center of the map, I was able to take those 2 guys and start building battering rams and just shoving them to the back of my opponent's base, and it was incredibly effective. Oh, got a line of villagers here, not collecting enough gold. Still Sacred Site victory for the Mongols, and it will take a bit of time there. And he's built a good number of traction trebuchets on the field. Has 1 spring gold built. Actually, is that built? I can't tell if that's built or just really, really damaged. I think it is actually built. Spring golds are advancing forward. Of course, you need 2 spring golds to engage your opponent's spring golds. Horsemen, however, do have bonus for siege. And traction trebuchets gain some great damage there on this keep. It's being credit by a handful of villagers. It does use the arrow over there. More of the traction trebuchets going down. Magnus pushing forward. Quite stupid now being pulled now. Finds excellent volley there on these archer line there with the Maginot. He does not have spring ball on anymore, and that Maginot finds another deadly hit there. I think Magenta's front line will lose, but Red, it will be a pure victory for Red at the current rate. Though he mostly has crossbowmen left, and his opponent has crossbowmen archers. Which, of course, the archers will be a bit more effective in the archer war. So he has to be careful about that Maginot, and we've got two springboats here, which also can put holes in people. And these crossbowmen got split up, so got a lot of free shots there for Red. Nice splash chambers there, and now we've got pure age for the Mongol player. Now eyeing for the elite horseman research. He does charge down some of these forces. We got another line of horsemen, archers, and crossbowmen here. And with those couple handful of horsemen, they should do some decent work for the crossbowmen, but there's just not enough of them to actually make it there. Maginot finds another deadly hit there. Red needs more horsemen. Now it's going for the elite Keshik upgrade as well as the elite crossbowman research. But overall, it just needs more horsemen. Maginot finds some shots there. They do reasonable versus infantry. Do not have biology being researched by the Mongol player. It's not the improved one either. Got a handful of horsemen on charging forward. Got still a couple of knights here. Just keeping these trebuchets alive, which is good. More catches being put on field. Now going for another line of springbolts, apparently. Red's horseman does close this there, but does get intercepted by these knights. Keshik getting some slices down the crossbowmen. More crossbow or Keshik being put on out. And overall, Red has mostly archers remaining, which should be decent versus the crossbowmen. Steppered out has been packed on up. More Maginot springbolts charging forward. Red just needs more cavalry to play on field. Spent a lot on those upgrades. He should have waited on those upgrades until he actually stopped this counterattack. Biology is a great upgrade, don't get me wrong, but right now is not the time for it. Collins now are seeing quite a bit of damage there from the spring golds as well as from Maginot. Picks start going down, but the horsemen are closing up in on these crossbowmen. Horsemen are able to overrun the siege weapon as well. Right now, just more horsemen with a good counter for Red. Getting some Keshik's as well. They're much more durable, of course. And trebuchets does, one last trebuchet does get saved, and now we do have some hand cannoneers, which are always good. Assuming they're not dead. I do have now this gold vein being collected on up. We now got incendiary arrows being researched as well as level 3 food collection. Keshik's will overrun this Maginot there. And we just still have shots there onto that gate there. Got a handful of spearmen here, as well as men-at-arms, as well as crossbowmen, as well as a knight. But overall, I don't think this horseman will do enough damage in order to overrun those spearmen. There's simply just not enough spearmen there, and Magenta's back on off, seeing the big wave of cavalry. It's Anagrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.